Hey everybody, did you hear about the robbery at the grocery store?
No.
They took a pallet of paprika and a pallet of oregano. The police suspect it was a work of seasoned criminals. Oh, and I have some advice to companies that are short-staffed. They should hire taller people.
Or have larger ladders.
And what is the best lunch to have during a fight? Well, a club sandwich, of course.
True.
And
Fight Club sandwich.
Yes, and a Fight Club sandwich. And Taebyn, recently at Furlandia.
Can you talk about that sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently at Furlandia, I found out that one of the DJs had a son. Do you know what they named him?
I do not.
Eric. Eric. And finally, when they are rehearsing for Lord of the Rings, they did not have anything ready for Bilbo, so they had to use a Frodo type. And I apologize for all of that. No, I don't. Now let's get cooking.
No.
Well, greetings and Moobarkfluff to all the creatures in the Podiverse. I am Barely, and you are listening to Barely Furcasting.
You are listening to Barely Furcasting featuring Calvary.
Featuring Taebyn.
Taebyn, yes.
Taebyn. Featuring Barely Furcasting featuring Taebyn, the show that asks the question, just what is a juke and why do we have to keep it in boxes? Coming to you from around the globe, we have Rain, TikTok, Chitaro, and Ziggy. How are all of you? Ziggy.
We're good.
That's good.
Words are hard, huh?
I haven't had anything. I've just started drinking my podcast fluid, so I don't know.
Oh,
any
that's
excuse for any of
why.
that, so.
Yeah.
Explains it.
All I'm going to say is one word: Furlandia.
There you go.
Mm.
Yes, it is everything about you right now, right? And
Absolutely.
and of course there is the namesake of our 6-year show, Taebyn. How the fluff are you today, Taebyn?
Hello.
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 Take
I
it
don't
down.
know.
Take it
Oh, that, yeah. Hello. I'm,
That's better.
how low can you go?
East
Well,
of Limbo.
There you goes.
I'll just say hi. How is every fur doing tonight? We already covered that because Barely asked them, and they said, so I will say, time for Jesse for a walk. And how I'm so stupid. And how you should do about English. And Furlandia is happening I can't do this. Okay. So Furlandia is happening right now.
Right now.
Somebody is listening right now when this episode drops.
Fair enough. Oh, goodness gracious. Taebyn, is there anything you don't understand before we get going?
There's two things.
Two things, yes.
One is what's with that Furlandia Eric thing that I don't, what?
It's a DJ,
K?
right? And what do DJs do? Eric.
Oh. Now I don't understand why I asked for you to explain.
None of us do.
It's not
None of us.
that. And the other thing I want to know is, I don't understand this. Why do they call it Beans and Franks? And where exactly has Frank been?
He's been
Exactly.
all around the world.
Bean in the can.
Yeah.
And for any fur that is wondering, I actually had a reason why I thought about that. Is because the title of this episode is Franks and Beans,
No,
and
it's
I don't
Beans and
understand
Franks.
that either.
It's Beans and Franks, not Franks
It's
and
Beans and Franks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I do know that
Still don't
beans
understand.
and hot dogs are usually cooked together, and hot dogs are also called Franks, so therefore Beans and Franks.
But why is this episode called Beans and Franks?
Because I felt like calling it Beans and Franks for the reason that I call all of our episodes something off the wall.
And what is there's got to be something psychological in why you decided to call this particular episode Beans and Franks.
Dun, dun,
He was hungry.
dun.
He was hungry. It is now figured out, and I am satisfied with that answer.
Sure. I mean,
Aren't you hungry for
our last
answers?
episode was called Unglazed Pottery. So,
Now it makes sense.
that's right.
Now.
Sure. You got to keep your Beans and
Now.
Franks and your Unglazed Pottery.
And you tickle me timbers.
Pickle your timbers?
apparently.
Pickle your timbers. All right.
Pickles.
That takes us up to the past today. TikTok, you have something you want to talk about.
Yeah, so during his LVFC Las Vegas FurCon recap, Taebyn mentioned the Sin City Sisters, and that's the charity group for LVFC. And so the City Sisters is a chapter of a worldwide group, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Oh, I know
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
I know them very well.
They're an actual nunnery of queer nuns, started in where else? San Francisco in
Mhm.
1973. Now, from the Sin City Sisters mission, and there's a lot of $10 words. We exist as an order of 21st century nuns dedicated to the promulgation of omniversal joy and the expiation of stigmatic guilt.
Expiation of stigmatic guilt.
Guilt. Our ministry is one of public manifestation and habitual perpetration.
Wow.
Wow.
Say that
Wow.
again.
No,
10
don't.
times faster.
No.
10 times
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, right?
Backward.
You get a dollar for every time you say it.
But we work to raise money for our Sisters AIDS Drug Assistance Program, SADAP, fight for queer rights and visibility, do safer sex outreach, and strive diligently to keep our sense of humor, never taking ourselves so seriously that we forget to have fun.
Awesome.
They are a lot of
A
fun.
fine mission. Fine
They
mission.
are a lot of fun.
What were you just doing, Chitaro?
I was stretching my arms. Don't you do that occasionally?
Is it?
He's a puppy. Of course he does. He does that whole
Mhm.
stretch with his
It
butt in
looked
the
like you
air.
were
And his
trying to play the
paws all the way
violin or
out.
something.
Formations from Taebyn. It's time for.
It is time for that time when we do the thing where I read some affirmations for our wonderful, solidified, continuous lives.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Lice?
And-
Did you say lice?
Lives.
Oh, lives. I was just say, why does the lice need to be? I don't.
Whatever
very
that
zen.
adjective was. We're very zen. So this is the part of the show where I read about things and stuff from, in this case, I've got little cards with the little doggies on them that say things. So let me just say the first thing that the little, what are you? You're a dachshund says. He says, I find humor in my journey and laugh freely.
Woo.
And on the back, it goes a little bit further into it. It says, comedy break. Incorporate laughter into your day by watching a funny video or reading a comic strip. Laughter can significantly reduce stress and increase happiness, something that Chitaro ends the show every time saying, so it must be true.
It is.
I wouldn't be a cheetah without it.
Or else you'd be cheetahing. Okay.
Mm-mm.
The next one is a big floofy floof that says, I soak in the light of peace, feeling its warmth inside me.
Woo.
And on the back is sunshine meditation. Find a spot where you can sit in the sunlight. Close your eyes and imagine the sun's warmth soaking into your skin, filling your entire body with light and warmth.
And the vitamin.
And D, vitamin D.
Yes.
And the third one for the week, it's Dalmatian pup.
Did
says-
you spot him?
He spotted himself. I don't know. I center my spirit, aligning with my deepest self.
Woo.
And on the back, it talks about centering meditation. Practice centering meditation by focusing on a mantra or a simple word that represents peace to you. And those are my 3 affirmations for the week.
Whoop.
You know, I get
Wow.
a lot actually.
I think you put Barely to sleep.
I know you're not supposed to poke the bear, but somebody poke Barely and wake him
Pony
up.
Pokemon. Pokemon. All right. Oh, well, thank you for those wonderful affirmations. And that takes us up to our standard media section. I wanted to say to everybody that I started a new animated show on Prime called Kevin.
Oh,
And
I saw an ad for that. It looked interesting.
It's-
How was it?
It's cute. It's about an anthropomorphic cat that is forced to
Oh.
live on the streets after his owners are getting a divorce, and he doesn't want to live with either one of them. So he says, "I'm out. Peace out. I'm out." It's really
Oh.
cute. The animals can all talk to the humans. There are notable voice actors such as Amy Sedaris and Jason Schwartzman in there,
Oh.
and it's really cute and it's clever. It's a clever little show. I like it. I watched 2 movies in the last couple of weeks. One was Apex with Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton, who you may recognize from The Kingsman or the Elton John biopic.
He's a
Rocket
hottie.
Man. He is a hottie, and unfortunately, he plays a bad guy in this movie.
Oh,
No.
Yes, he plays a serial murderer in this
Oh.
movie,
Oh, no.
and but he's likable in it.
Oh, okay.
If anything, you know, he's a likable murderer, and
That's always important.
yeah, and
Yes.
it's a backwoods surviving a murderer movie. Like I said, with Egerton being the bad guy and Charlize Theron being the quote unquote victim that he torments throughout the entire movie. So it's quite interesting, and it starts with a good 20 minutes of just mountain climbing. So if
Oh,
you're
wow.
into mountain climbing, and in fact, Charlize Theron actually took lots of training to actually do all of the mountain climbing stunts on her own.
Oh, so there are
So-
no double.
Far out.
There are no doubles for the stuff that you see her doing, so it's
Wow.
pretty impressive.
Triples.
Yeah. Let's see, and then we watched a movie called Begonia.
Ugh.
Have
Like
you
the
seen?
flower.
Has anybody seen it?
I saw half of
Gone.
it and I pieced out. I was like,
You know, you
Yeah.
should have watched it to the end because
Uh-uh.
I laughed my ass off at the end of this movie. It was so freaking ridiculous. But you had to walk to the end of it in order to get the, for lack of a better term, and without spoilers, Muppets.
okay.
So.
Ready.
So if you want to just flip to the last like 10 minutes of the movie TikTok and watch the Muppets, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course the regular nighttime cartoons, American Dad, Cleveland Show, South Park, Bob's Burgers, etc., etc., etc. Taebyn, what have you been media-ing?
Well, as I said, the past few episodes, I'm still rewatching the first half of season 3 of Beastar. I'm watching season 3 of Beastar, so I'm still on that first half that I've already seen. I've been doing this forever. I was hoping to finish the season before Furlandia, but I'm pretty sure I won't, especially since we're at Furlandia, and I didn't finish it yet.
Well, we're at Furlandia, but we're recording this prior to several weeks prior to Furlandia, so you might actually get to finish it before
There
you
is
go to
lots
Furlandia.
of magic going on. We will find out.
That's right. Time is a
Well,
concept.
Especially since you have both Legoshi and Louis to be able to talk to.
I
Taebyn.
know. That's why I hope I get anyway. And speaking of, Beastars is so. It's such a good show. Oh my cow! So and today in today's episode that I watched, no spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen any of season 3 or anything, but Horsey Yaya is visiting Legoshi and gives him a big melon, and then Yaya is talking about it in metaphor and everything. And as he is, Legoshi leans over and just sniffs the melon, and it is so cute. He just sniff while he's talking about all the anyway, you'd have to see, but it's so cute. That wasn't the highlight of the episode, of course, but it was a pretty neat part of the episode. We continued. We talked last time about Suburgatory, and we finished the first season of that. Great show, of course. You might or might not remember me talking before we watched the first season. Well, at that time, the only season of a show called Running Point. So we started season 2 of Running Point. It's really good. It's basically about the daughter grows up in a family of basketball people anyway, and so they start a family basketball business in which the basketball team is the Waves, and so they sponsor the Waves and all that good stuff, and then the daughter becomes like the head of the... Anyway, lots of good stuff, and I can't even do justice. It's a really good show. It's really good. Anyway, we did that. And I talked last time or the time before about the movie Chef. So we finally watched it, and it's really good.
Were you
Oh yeah, it was
hungry?
a few episodes ago we talked about it. But yeah, no, it's a great movie. Me and my honey, we both really liked it. What was it? Well, so it stars John Favreau, but also as people like Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and Dustin Hoffman actually are actually all play little parts in it, and then of course other people. No, it's a really good show. So it's about a successful chef at a prestigious restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a food critic that constantly tweets negative comments about the chef. So the little background is that chef isn't very tech savvy, and so he asks his son. His son knows all about Twitter and everything, and he finds out about. He wants to know what the critic is talking about online and everything. So chef asks his son how to do Twitter so he can get an account and find out what the critic is saying about him in particular. Well, okay, so chef gets an account and is looking at all these tweets. Chef gets fed up, no pun intended, well, kinda, and tweets back to the critic with his thoughts. Or, well, he thinks he's tweeting back to the critic. Instead of tweeting directly to the critic like he thinks he's doing, he replies to one of the tweets so that all the world can see, and it goes viral. The chef ends up getting fired from the restaurant. So what else in the world is he going to do? He starts up a food truck. What else are you going to do? So the movie ends up being a story not about how his new food truck career and where it takes him, again, no pun intended, but kinda, but also about his growing relationship with his son. It was a very fun movie. It's a little bit of a drama, a little bit of a comedy, and I think it's well worth a watch. You should check it out. And by the end of the movie, you feel like having sandwiches for some reason.
Yes.
If you
I
can
like
imagine that.
sandwich.
So it's really good. It was good. I definitely recommend it. So that's what we've been watching anyway. I've been playing Royal Kingdom and went back to watch back to my roots, Royal Match a little bit. Balloon 6, Beat Saber a little bit. I haven't had time. You might remember the last few times I've talked about One Deck Galaxy. I haven't had time to continue trying to figure it out, but I hope to. A game called Dominion was recommended to me, which is like, I think it's from the early 2000s or something, I don't know, but it's a deck builder that you can play either with physical cards or online. I went to look at it online. It looks like it's free. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks really interesting. Whee! I don't know. Anyway, it looks interesting and fun, so hopefully I'll soon check it out and let us all know how it goes on the next episode. And that is what I have been mediating for the week.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Okay. Rain and Ziggy, our favorite Chilean people. How are you doing and what have you been
Yes,
watching?
Doing good. We haven't really been watching much because we've just been busy. Ziggy's schedule's been hectic lately, so
Yes.
we got plans to watch, but we haven't had a chance to.
Yes.
So I've been playing that game I told you guys about last time, Metal Eden, and then I picked up Call of Duty Ghosts again to play through it again because I like playing the dog Riley. That's it for me. Ziggy, what have you been up to gaming-wise?
Happy May the 4th, me with you in Fortnite. There were some very small events where you could fight with lightsabers in Fortnite. Although the Star Wars skins returned to the store for the celebration, in-game they were no more than a few locations and just the usual Foundation versus the Ice King storyline. And by the way, I got the Hot Rat Boy skin. Yeah, his name is KD Radical and he's hottie.
Yay!
And Taebyn, there was the Balloons Monkey as a sidekick.
That's
Okay,
so
Balloon Monkey
nice.
size.
Ah, okay.
Very, very nice. I am so excited and proud of you. And that reminded me, I found out something just yesterday, I think it was, something that I know all of you already know about because you all are like always like way ahead of anything I know. but I'll say it anyway for any further that doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I found out about the new Star Wars money, The Mandalorian and Grogu coming out, and that is so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yes.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited about
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
So I just found out about that.
Awesome. TikTok, what have you been up to with media?
Well, we got the usual Jeopardy right now in between RuPaul's, so we're waiting on the upcoming All-Star season. Some Tony Bourdain, No Reservations. We're getting kind of close to being done with those.
Oh.
And I also got a raging clue when we saw the South Park Hardly Boys.
Oh, Lord.
And
Very
top of-
strange episode.
yes, on top of everything else, the Connecticut accents were hysterical.
Yep.
And that's where I'm originally from. So,
Oh,
yep,
okay.
Southwestern
Oh.
Connecticut.
All right. I'm sorry.
Yes, Muffy. We have the croquet.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah. That explains a lot.
Nobody
Yes, it
nobody
does.
would be able to tell TikTok.
No. Chitaro, how about you?
Well, because this is being recorded right before Furlandia, we haven't been able to watch a lot. But mostly to wind down at night, we have been watching American Dad. Believe it or not, we finished season 6 and are currently on season 10 because they are very quick to watch, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I really do have to say some of the episodes are really out there. But I like how some of the intros to some of the episodes are very short or not there at all, because they need to put a little bit extra time into the storyline, so they like take out the whole entire intro to a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool in that regards. I will say that one night we did spend some time playing around on Netflix. This is going to be really hilarious, but we changed the language for the movie K-pop Demon Hunters to various different other
Okay.
languages. Well, so it's interesting how Russian and Spanish and French specifically sit there, and not only do they change the voices of the actual people talking, but most movies don't change the actual lyrics of the songs. But those, they actually do sing the songs in Russian or Spanish or French,
Oh, wow.
which is hilarious. And it's really
Senor.
interesting. Yes, but the ironic part is, and I found this kind of strange because K-pop Demon Hunters is it's Korean, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of the languages, like from the East Asian languages, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Thai, the voices are all done in those languages, but as soon as they start singing, boom, English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that we were sitting there doing this one night, and it's like, okay, whatever, I mean, what other things do you do to entertain yourself when you're watching something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am still also playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. I just recently got BB-8 as a companion,
Nice.
since
cool.
Disney owns Star Wars stuff. So it's kind of fun. It is fun to see interactions with Disney characters that would not really meet in the Disney world, specifically. Like, for example, Ursula from The Little Mermaid and Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. She calls him a little urchin, doesn't like him very much, and they have a lot of arguments. It's kind of funny. Or the best one is the fairy godmother from Cinderella and Jack Skellington from Nightmare Nightmare Before Christmas. The ironic part is they had this interesting conversation about pumpkins, and now he loves her because of the fact that she's all about the pumpkin. If you remember in Cinderella turning the
Yes.
pumpkin into a stagecoach.
Well, Jack is very suave and sophisticated for a big
Yes,
skeleton.
yes. Yeah, and he loves everything pumpkins, of course. So
Yes,
it's going to be
of
kind of
course.
interesting to
Even
see how
pumpkin
that
spice
goes well.
latte?
Yeah, but it's interesting because I also have Simba and Scar, and they say they hate each other, but yet they have very interesting interactions that are very civil. So it's like, yeah, who knew, right?
Who knew?
Who knew? But that's all I have been mediating.
Awesome.
Yay.
All right. Well, that takes us up to our intrepid news reporter with the Furry News. TikTok, what have you got for us today?
So, according to a recent article in Vice magazine, Americans are obsessed with furries.
Yes.
Yay, they love
Yay!
us.
Search engine metrics have shown that web searches for furry content occur in the USA every 5 seconds.
Mm.
And That's about half the total global count, which stands at a bit over 1 million searches per month.
Wow. Furries are
Uh,
popular.
Yes,
Next
we
up,
are.
next up, we in another recent article, this one in Dogpatch Press, had an overview of the Therian hysteria in South America a few months ago.
Yeah.
To recap, South Americans in the earlier part of the year got swept up in a social media and gossip news frenzy over Therians, which confused Therians, furries, and people not in either fandom alike.
Mm-hmm.
And according to our research and the article's author, the trend may have been fanned on by right wingers to suppress opposition to certain political things, such as laws designed to reduce workers' rights. However, Policho, an Argentine furry and director for Argentina Fur Fiesta,
I
ARF,
know that guy.
feels differently. With the Southern Hemisphere having their summer season from December to March, there's often a gossip topic of the summer. And as the ARF director, Policio does have a vested interest in the safety of his attendees.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been, keeping an eye on the situation. And says Policio, if you ask me, there is always a topic of the summer. We always have seen this. It's a very toxic coverage, a few interviews here and there, and people shown and made fun of. It's sad but not new. By the time Fur Fiesta happens in June, the topic will have long been left behind by the media, or so we hope. And finally, on May 16th in Seattle, the Seattle Opera will be featuring a performance of Carmen with
Oh.
Christian Purcell, a bass baritone opera singer and fursuiter, also known as Chester the Giroux.
Oh, yay.
So, what is a Giroux, you may ask? A Giroux is an anthropomorphic kangaroo-like alien species with canine traits, and it's featured in the Haven Celestia science fiction open world created by furry artist Rick Griffin. Now, this being an open world, anyone can contribute, as long as you stay within the lore and style guide as they have published on their website. Anyway, back to the opera. While Christian will not be performing on stage as Chester, there will be a furry meet and greet prior to the show, and costumes are encouraged. It appears Chester will be in fursuit at the meet and greet, but I was unable to get confirmation.
Okay.
In any case, the Opera House requests we ask all furries attending to please remove any costume fursuit heads or ears during the main performance so as to not block the sight lines of other patrons.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to ask for, yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
complimentary.
Totally fair.
Yep, complimentary coat and bag check will be available.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes.
Or in this case, ears.
Ear check, yes. Muzz check. But that's the news for this week.
Nice.
Sweet. So, Chitara, what do you got for us in the movie review department?
Well, this week I have a very interesting movie. It's from 2006, streaming on Disney Plus right now, and it's called The Wild.
Oh, my
And that's W-I-L-D, The Wild. Now, there's a lot of interesting things about this movie. First off, it's the last movie that Disney actually produced before they actually put a lot of their CGI movies completely under Pixar. But the ironic part is there's a lot of big-named people in this movie. And I personally do not remember this movie when it came out at all.
Yeah,
Because,
I don't think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a very low-key movie that Disney did. But I will say it has Kiefer Sutherland as a lion.
Oh,
It has
wow.
Jim Belushi as a squirrel, Eddie Izzard as a koala, Janine Garofalo as a giraffe, Richard Kind as a snake, and it wouldn't be a Destranged movie from Disney without William Shatner playing a wildebeest. Yeah, that is kind of funny, because his wildebeest character is rather crazy. Let's just say that. It's kind of funny. But this movie starts out with in New York. It basically is the New York Zoo, and there's people there. And what's really interesting about this is that even though you see people walking around the grounds, they never once show you a human face at all, ever, in this whole entire movie.
Okay. It's kind of like the way Tom and Jerry did. You never saw the ladies anywhere from but the ankles up, and that was it.
Yeah.
You only saw her ankles.
You would hear them and things of that nature, so you knew they were there, but they didn't really show their face. So it's kind of interesting concept there. But when the zoo closed at night, then all the animals would somehow miraculously get out of their cages and gather around and talk and do stuff. And one of the funny parts is that in the very beginning they were all watching this sporting event. And the sporting event that they were playing was curling.
Okay.
They were taking turtles.
I love curling.
With their legs, their legs sprawled out, and they're all four legs sprawled out in their tail, and they're pushing the turtles to try to get them into a spot.
Oh no.
It's the funniest thing ever, to be honest. So the lion, played by Kiefer Sutherland, is the main character in this movie, along with his son, who's named Ryan. Cub, I guess, but he's like a 10-year-old cub, which makes no sense, because if he was 10 years old, he'd be like
an adult.
But yeah, exactly. One of those idiosyncrasies in movies. But the son decided that, he really doesn't want, he's trying to learn how to roar. And the thing is that his roar is more like, "Roar," and his dad's roar is like, "Roar," type thing. And so he's like embarrassed over the fact that he's got this tiny little kitty meow, so to speak. And so he really wants to be able to go and explore the world and learn how to roar properly, so to speak. So he ends up having something happen that he ends up getting put into a shipping container that ends up shipping him off to Africa. And his father sees that he's there, and he's like, "Oh my God, I got to rescue my son." Well, on top of the lion trying to rescue his son, there's also the squirrel and the koala and the giraffe and the snake, who all go with him. They end up going and taking this boat to Africa to find his son. And of course, that's where they end up finding William Shatner's character as the wildebeest, who is this crazy wildebeest who wants to be on top of the food chain, let's just say, and he wants to be able to eat a lion to put himself on the top of the food chain. Yeah, it's got some pretty interesting things going on in this movie. Like, for example, while they're escaping the zoo, they end up escaping the zoo in a garbage truck. And as they're passing by on the garbage truck, you could see all sorts of things, like you can see a shout out to Disney on one of the marquees of the city as they're passing by, and Kodak and various other companies that are along the skyline of New York. But what's really funny is they end up getting chased by these dogs, and then they end up in the sewers and things like that. And they have, like I said, they eventually get to the docks, and they go on a boat, and they go to Africa, and they find, they go to find Ryan in Africa. So
Ryan the lion.
Ryan the lion, yes, absolutely. And so it's a kind of an interesting movie. A lot of cool music from a lot of interesting people. Coldplay for one.
Oh,
so the music is rather cool in the aspect of the movie. Now, I will say that the graphics of this are a little bit strange, because, like I said, it's all CGI, but it's the CGI that is a little bit more of the old school CGI, not like that new stuff that's out like nowadays, because again, this is from 2006, 20 years ago.
A little low polygon.
A little bit, yeah. You can sort of see that occasionally, and stuff like that. But again, it's not anything to like distract you from the movie, so to speak. But it does have that a little bit different look to the animals and stuff like that. And the koala specifically has this funky look on his face, like something's wrong with him. But that could just be because he's a koala.
Could be.
But yeah, but there was something that I read on IMDb about this, because I like reading on IMDb all the trivia stuff that's on there. And one of the things that I do want to mention, because it's really hilarious, because Kiefer Sutherland at the time when this movie was being produced had 2 children. And they were pretty young, and he didn't want to startle them because he had to physically learn how to roar for his character.
Yeah.
So instead of doing it at his home, he would do it while he was in his automobile driving. So here he is driving along the city streets, and he's practicing his roaring. And he ended up getting really good, and he startled this woman so badly while he's in his car, and stuff. So it's kind of an interesting movie with a lot of interesting people in it. And like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm kind of partial to Eddie Izzard only because of the fact that we share a birthday, but he is, well, technically I should say she is actually a very talented voice actress.
Mhm.
So but yeah, I would say that people should go and see this movie, even though it's got a couple of strange idiosyncrasies. Like, for example, the boat that they steal from the docks in New York goes all the way to Africa and all the way back without losing power or gas or anything like that. So it's
Wow.
the
That's
magic
some-
of cinema.
Yes.
That is some fuel economy right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If only.
And
if
in
only we
today's
had
world,
that.
you need a boat like that.
Yeah, for sure. But I still was entertained by it. There's lots of funny jokes, and the fact that the squirrel is in love with the giraffe is even more hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I give this, I will give this 3.5 chirps because, it did entertain me enough. It did have a lot of interesting moments where you go, what the, but it is fun. It's entertaining. The actors did a really good job. Even though it's William Shatner, he did do a really good job playing a crazy wildebeest.
Nice.
So yeah,
Cool.
so go out there, all you furs. Disney Plus, it's streaming right now. The Wild. You won't be disappointed.
Excellent. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that takes us up to our upcoming events. All right, starting this weekend, May 22nd through the 24th, we have 3 going on. We have Anthro Ohio 2026 in Columbus, Ohio. Furlandia, of course, in Portland, Oregon at the Hyatt Regency. Nasham Fur Con 2026 in Nashville, Tennessee. We have Confuzzled taking place in Birmingham, UK. And then the 28th through the 31st of May, we have SOCOM 2026 in Neuengamme, Germany. That's how I'm going to say it. Galactic Camp 2026 takes place May 29th through the 31st in Alameda, California. Horizon takes place June 2nd through the 5th in Cavanago de Brianza, Italy. Zodiacon takes place in Horny Bradlow, and the Horny Bradlow in the Czech Republic. That's June 3rd through the 7th. June 4th through the 7th in Free Soil takes place Fur Camp, Michigan. Lethbridge Minicon takes place June 6th through the 7th in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Siam Paws 2026 takes place in Bangkok, Thailand, June 6th through the 7th. Furvaria is taking place June 11th through the 14th in Marxham, Germany. Campfire Tales in La Pine, Oregon takes place June 11th through the 15th. Little Island FurCon is taking place June 13th through the 14th in Singapore. Argentina Fur Fiesta takes place June 19th through the 21st in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires,
As long as it's not Buenos Areolas, we're good. That's
No. No.
That's June 19th through the 21st in Argentina. Mo Furry House takes place in Qingdao, Shandong Province, China, June 19th to 21st. Texas Furry Siesta takes place in Dallas, Texas, the 19th to the 21st of June. Borneo Anthro Hub takes place June 20th through 21st. Anthro Hub in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, Malaysia. PortCon, Maine takes place in Portland, Maine, June 25th through the 28th. Unforgettable Taiwan Furry Gathering takes place in Zhubei City, Taiwan, June 27th through 28th. The 28th through the July 3rd in the Czech Republic again at, not even going to try and say it.
Oh my lord.
Bryce Streets Nadper Stengian, and that's going to take place. That's the Safer 2026. Lakeside Furs 2026 takes place in Agenkirch, Austria. That's June 28th through July 5th. Anthrocon, of course, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, takes place July 2nd through July 5th. And those are the upcoming events for the next several weeks. If you have a local event gathering meeting that you would like us to promote, please send us an email with the dates and the deets. So I want to make a little comment here before we get into our next segment. We recorded Royal Highness last night, which I will talk about later. But they were talking about how if the 6-7 fad had taken place in the 900s, they'd be going VI, VII, VI, VII.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
So
that's even more annoying.
Right? VI,
Right?
VI. Yeah.
VIVII.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Is that something we can throw at people now if they said that to us?
that's right. Just look at them and go VI, VII. There you are.
Their little brains will explode.
Head to Heart with Kanzo Ame strives to be a show to help young minds navigate their feelings in a healthy way and to help families support healthy emotional growth, not just in the kids, but the parents as well. Kanzo Ame likes to help families with kids like her understand neurodivergent communication techniques and demonstrate ways for young viewers to express their emotions, as well as provide tips to families on supporting each other through those emotions. Because Kanzo and I truly believe that with kindness and understanding, we can make the world a better place. Click the link to help support the show becoming a reality.
Welcome to BFFT Labs, where we make the past feel like the future. As we look forward to Season 7 of BFFT, we are trying to come up with fresh new segments for your entertainment and our silliness. To that end, and each episode from now until Season 7 premiere, we will try out one of our new ideas for segments to see how they work and how you, our listeners, feel about it. Please let us know what you think by email or telegram or on the comment section on Buzzsprout. This episode, we are featuring a musical guest. This musician has made an appearance every season of BFFT, Cassidy Civet, the #1 civet musician in the furry fandom. So let's take a listen to their music.
Watch your chia pet grow. The green grows like mold. So try not to touch, just smile about it. You overthink too much. Cut to the chase, let's get right to business. I'm the dominant type, no one's secret mistress. Call me bi, cause I bend the rules while y'all tuck and hide your family jewels. I got sides to me, I got views. I'm in my prime, y'all are doomed. Gravity pulls me back to the ground. Rump so thick that I made you look round. I take what I like, cause this is my life. Experimenting with pop and rap at the same time. Making new fusions like they've never seen. Have you ever even had mixed race cuisine? Chia pet, watch your chia pet grow. Water it, the green grows like mold. It's alive, so try not to touch. Just smile about it, you overthink too much. Chia pet, watch your chia pet grow. Water it, the green grows like mold. It's alive, so try not to touch. Just smile about it, you overthink too much. Okay, chatters, I heard y'all don't get the metaphor. before. So I thought I'd break it down, get through another round, take a verse before you're bored. It's got so many layers, you could get real lost. I wonder if there's any theories on TikTok. Girl boss from my own home garden. Look at me living like an artist. You could be if you tried your hardest. Big talk, but y'all ain't started. I'm not prey, but I am pursued by a lot of trolls. Nothing better to do. I yearn to create. How about you? Only clap back. Sad but true. Back from the world tour. But you know I've been on trips. I've crossed the 7 seas. I'll hold to move these chia pets. So spread your seeds with me. Nurture your creativity. And when I'm gone, don't forget. Chia pet, watch your chia pet grow. Water it, the green grows like mold. It's alive, so try not to touch. Just smile about it, you overthink too much. Chia pet, watch your chia pet grow, yeah. It's alive, so try not to touch. Yeah.
Well,
Very nice. Yes.
Yes.
again, that was
Definitely
the number
exploring the new styles.
the number one civet musician in the furry fandom. Thank you for that wonderful track, Cassidy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, look who walked into the studio. It's Cassidy Civet.
Just
Wow.
at the
Hey,
right
Cassidy.
time. That could not have been planned or anything. That's amazing.
I know.
Oh,
Look at
definitely
the
not
cut
planned.
drug inside.
And if you like that track, why not give Cassidy some support by contributing to their Patreon at www.patreon.com/Cassidy Civet. That's capital C, little a, little s, little I, little d, little y, capital C, little I, little v, little e, little t. We love you,
Yes.
Cassidy.
Streams anywhere are good too, you know, YouTube, Spotify, all that. It goes a long way.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, it was kind of a surprise for you to come in. Thanks for coming in because you haven't been on our season this yet. So,
No, I haven't.
So you
Haven't
had
been
to
on
make
our
an appearance.
season this yet?
You haven't been seasoned yet. No. So it's very important that you are here this season because we only have 2 more
Well, I'm here
episodes
to
after this.
provide the mixed race cuisine, right?
Yes,
Just like in the song.
absolutely. Absolutely. So before we get on with our other stuff, what have you been up to lately? I understand you've been kind of busy up there in Canada.
Oh yeah, I mean, in the last while since I've been on, I think like honestly, was it like Get Out the Float was like maybe the last like appearance. I was like February last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
since then, you know, I've released this song. I have a couple more in the works. I ran for office twice, so that was fun.
Did you win?
No, but
Okay.
I was on stage and I spoke truth to power, and that's important in its own way. I was the green
Excellent.
candidate, so you know,
Mm.
not like they're not always the the shoo-ins to win anyway.
That's
It's just about being
Yeah.
there. I got my own place. I have been tending to my garden. I'm trying to grow like a massive sunflower patch for the first time, and that's
Ooh.
been pretty successful so far.
What about chia pets?
Yeah, well, I would be growing chia pets if I could eat the chia, but you actually can't eat the chia from the chia pets. They don't recommend it.
Yeah. It's also poisonous to animals, so to animals out
Yes.
there, don't eat it too.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
What
No.
Yeah,
is it?
exactly. You're just supposed to look at it and smile.
What exactly
Yeah.
is it? Is it bean sprout? What is it?
Chia is a kind of that is what it is, sort of. It's sort of like if you've heard of like I don't know, like hemp seeds or other
Oh,
sort
I've
of
seen
like
chia
nutritional
seeds in the store.
stuff.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just that, and they're just the seeds. You eat them whole. You know, it's I'm trying to think of other examples. Like
As long
quinoa
as
is
you're not
another
an
one.
Animal.
Yes.
Yes.
Wink, wink. Right.
Wink, wink. Say no more. Nudge, nudge. A nod's as good as a wink to a blind bat. You know.
Yeah, there's a video for Chia Pet as well that I had a lot of fun shooting to look like an infomercial. It went crazy viral on Twitter/X, the Everything app, like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So that was fun. A lot of comments like, "Wow, living in an empty apartment," and it's like, guys, it's supposed to look like an infomercial. Like,
Right.
suspend your disbelief for just a moment. Maybe I don't live in the void.
Or maybe you do and you enjoy it.
Maybe I do, and
Yes.
maybe I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
the echo's real nice, you know, the reverb.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on your new place. Wonderful song. You're welcome to stick around with us for a little bit if you want. But it was nice for you to pop in. But please feel free to stick around. And we're going to go on to our math section with Taebyn.
Whoa. All right. I like math.
Whoa. So the last several, and hi Cassidy, good to see you again. I had noticed actually just, I think yesterday that you haven't been on in like a while, so this is very timely and wonderful.
Everyone's thinking about me today, and I'm here.
Yeah,
You manifested me.
We just poofed you into existence. I have to see you and hug you at a con again someday. But before we do that, I do have some math type things to talk about. So the last several episodes, we've talked a little bit about like 4-dimensional things and higher dimensional objects and stuff, and cool things like that. And last episode, I said I would, because of whatever I talked about last time, I said this episode today I would talk a little more about higher dimensions and ways to look at 4-dimensional objects and study them and things. And I wanted to do that in terms of Flatland, which I mentioned and barely mentioned. And I do think this is true, that back in like season 1 or something, I talked about Flatland, and I couldn't find, and this was before like I kept my show notes, so I couldn't find actually where it was, but it's somewhere back there. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about it again. And for any fur that wants to know more about it, go back and listen to every single one of our episodes from the beginning and find the episode I talk about Flatland on, and you can learn more about Flatland. And by the way, if you do find it, let us know so that I know where it actually was. Okay. Anyway, so what am I going to do? Oh yeah, so let me first, I've been talking about Flatland. Let's talk a little bit about Flatland, what it is. So this is a book. It's actually called Flatland, A Romance of Many Dimensions. And it's a book by Edwin Abbott, first published in 1884, so it's pretty old. It was actually originally published to critique Victorian society's rigid hierarchy and explore the concept of higher dimensions, and that it does. It's a pretty cool read. Creatures of Fatland need to go on diets, whereas creatures of Flatland are just shapes, like if you were to look down at them. So it's Flatland, so it's a 2-dimensional universe where the creatures are these shapes and things. And what do the creatures see? They don't see shapes, they just see lines, right? So we've got this 2-dimensional universe where the creatures are they just see lines. If you can put yourself in their shoes, as it were, what do they see? They see lines and stuff like that. And if there were a 3-dimensional being that were floating around that, like you, for example, you're a 3-dimensional being. If you were to put your finger into Flatland, or your pausey, as it were, into Flatland, what would they see? They would see, remember, they only see lines, so they would see this line that just appeared, this little dot that appears out of nowhere. And as you put your pausey more into Flatland, that dot would turn into a line that just gets bigger and bigger. And as you take your pausey out of Flatland, they would see a line getting smaller, 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 and then just magically vanish. Can you see that? Kind of makes sense? Yeah.
Kind of like perspective.
It's,
Kind of like perspective.
It is, but so, like, to the Flatlanders, this is magical thing. It's just this thing, as far as they know, a creature is appearing out of nowhere and getting bigger and then smaller, then disappearing. But to us, it's like, well, you're just putting your pausey in there. It's like anything. Now, if a Flatlander came along and wanted to catch this, well, they don't know it's a 3-dimensional being, but if they wanted to catch this thing, what would they do? Well, they find it, the pausey finger in there, they find it, and then they build a metal, maybe a cage around it. And their cage, of course, if you were to look down on it, it's just like a square. But to them, they're like, well, there's no way this thing can get out, because there's no way out. But then all you would have to do is pull your pausey out and it's gone. And the Flatlanders are just mystified and amazed by how can this be? But to us, it's like, duh. So similarly, if a 4-dimensional being were to interact with our 3-dimensional world, well, if it took its 4-dimensional flange or whatever it is and started sticking it into our world, what would we see? We would see like this sphere or maybe a circle or something just appear out of nowhere, just floating around, and then get bigger and bigger and smaller, and then it would just disappear, and we'd be like, what is this sorcery that's going on? But I mean, to the four-dimensional creatures, just like, I'm just doing the thing I do. I'm just I'm just messing with your heads, you stupid little 3-dimensional creatures. Now, so that's a 4-dimensional being. What if a 5-dimensional being interacted with our world?
Oh my.
I mean, you can maybe imagine that there's just so many more things that the 5-dimensional being could do. It's just amazing and just kind of mind-blowing to think. And side note, some people use the idea of a higher dimensional being to explain the existence of God, which when you think of it, it makes sense, because to us, God or any mystical being like that doesn't make any sense with what it can do, but all they're doing is like sticking their finger in the world or whatever. So it's kind of mind-blowing, right? Everyone say right.
Right, correct.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Since you're so excited about that, I want to talk about a related way to think about higher dimensions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, Taebyn,
Hi.
a 5th-dimensional being is Mr. Mixius Pitlick from Superman.
Okay.
Yes. He's the one you got to get to say his name backwards to get
Yes.
him to go away.
No, I don't think so a related way to think about higher dimensions. So first think about a 3-dimensional cone. So you know what a cone is? Like it's got a pointy end, and then it
Cone of
goes
shame.
up it's cone shaped, right? And it's got
Like an
pointy
ice cream
end.
cone.
Yes.
Like it's an ice cream cone, right? So think of an ice cream cone without the ice cream in it, and like standing up vertically. So on its pointy end.
Okay.
Now, one way to analyze such a thing is to look at cross sections. So what I mean by that is if you were to take a knife, for example, and slice it through horizontally, or you could do vertically. I mean, don't really slice it, but if you were to imagine that, a cross section would be the 2-dimensional thing you get. So for example, horizontal cross sections are, pop quiz, I'll just ask you, what do you think? If you take a horizontal cross section of a cone, what do you get?
2 circles.
An ellipse.
You get a bunch of you get one circle every time you slice it
it.
through, depending
Yes.
on where you slice it. So smaller circles, bigger circles, whatever, right?
Right.
Now, if you look at vertical cross sections, for example, pop quiz, think about it. What would you get if you took vertical cross sections?
A triangle.
Barely. Ding, ding, ding. Some forgive me a ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Oh, that worked too. I thought Rain was going to do a little button thing, but that works too.
I don't have a ding, ding, ding button.
Okay, so that's good enough. Okay, good. Look at how technological we are tonight. So yeah, in one point of view, you get these circles, and another cross section, you get these triangles. Now, someone that has never seen or even understand the concept of maybe 3 dimensions. So, for example, a flatlander. This seems utterly bizarre that you're looking at the same thing, but from one direction you're looking at circles, but another perspective you're looking at triangles. How can such a thing be? It's so crazy. But really, we know that if you just kind of add up these cross sections in, so to speak, you get this cone, and it makes total sense. Similarly, if you were to look at a 4-dimensional object from one viewpoint, it might look one way, but if you look at it from another viewpoint, it might look completely different. Not at all like it could even match up or anything. So, and this is, so a few episodes ago, I talked about in VR this app I got that helps you visualize 4-dimensional things. That's magically correct. And it's this thing where you can like scroll through, and it takes a 4-dimensional object, and all these weird shapes appear out of nowhere and everything, and it's like, what is that? And it's just cross sections of a 4-dimensional thing. And that's exciting too, right?
Yes.
And one more thing that I want to talk about is that, because you're so excited, another way to analyze higher dimensional objects, and even 3-dimensional objects, we do this, is to look at projections. So for example, and by a projection, I just mean like take a light and shine it on an object, and the shadow that you get on a wall, that's the projection, that's that direction's projection. So now, think of and more interesting than maybe a ball is, think of a knot. So take like a string that's all knotted up, but not all tied together, so that you've got like
I'm listening.
spaces through it and stuff. If you took a string that's all knotted up and shined a light on it in one direction and looked at the shadow on the wall, that is this two-dimensional projection, you get a simplified view of what's going on with the knot from that direction. Like you see how it like twists and turns and everything. But then if you shine a light on the knot from a different direction, you get the same thing, but from a different perspective. So in this way, you get different information about the knot, and you can just like with the cone example from before, you can add up all this information from different directions and get a good idea about what's actually going on with the knot. And so in the same way, what we study four-dimensional objects to look at its three-dimensional projections in different ways, and you get all this cool information about it, even though we're looking in 3 dimensions. And so in fact, studying knots in this, there is a branch of mathematics called knot theory, in which you study this stuff, and it's very exciting. And in general, studying higher dimensional things in different ways is really neat and fun to think about. And if any fur out there is interested, look into branches of math called topology and differential geometry, and it's all fun and exciting and cool, and everyone's so excited. Every fur go, yay, how exciting! Ooh.
Yay, how exciting!
Yeah, why not? Yes. We're so excited about the knots.
And that is my math for the week.
Well, I can tell you that a lot of furs were very excited that you were talking about knots today.
Okay, they will really be interested in topology then, so can't wait to hear what y'all think about it.
They might. All right.
Write us in if any of you first got all excited about all those things or anything in particular. Write us in and let us know, either via Telegram or email or the website or something, which Barely will talk about pretty soon.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that takes us up to our shameless plugs. Well, I want to start off with a plug for the Good Furry Award. Nominations will be open now through June 30th, 2026. You may nominate as many people as you like. You may nominate them for more than one category. Please do not nominate furries who have passed away. They do not award people posthumously. The link will be in the show notes for the nomination, and maybe give our little podcast a nod. I want to plug our other podcast on our network, Royal Highness, that podcast, where the hosts enhance with cannabis products, then watch a show and then talk about it while they are still enhanced. Currently, they are waiting for the new House of the Dragon to come out in June, but they're watching The Last Kingdom and are consuming the final season of that show, so give them some love as well. Rain, what have you got to plug?
Well, I've got 3 to Who, the monthly Doctor Who podcast, where Barely, James, and I talk about all things Doctor Who. The current episode is all about Bad Wolf, and next month we're discussing Osgood from Unit. I have a link tree, linktr.ee/Rain Raccoon. That's RAYNERACCOON. Where you can find all my projects and socials. And finally, if you need video or audio editing services, shoot me a DM. My rates are reasonable.
All right. Ziggy, how about you?
If you happen to see a good-looking green hair raccoon on Fortnite, or blue fur rat boy berry twinkle in the same game, please don't pew pew me. I need the points. I really need the point. Thank you.
Okay. TikTok, have you got anything to plug?
Yeah, so if you're at Furlandia, come get some coyote and protogen hugs, and hope to see everyone there, and hopefully, hope to see you in my first eating class.
Awesome. So go see it. All right. Chitaro?
Well, I am currently at Furlandia, and if you do see me, I hope you say hi, and hopefully you're having a good time as well. Let me know in the BFFT Telegram chat if you are, and tag me, and I'll look forward to hearing from what you said. And also, I will say look forward to at our next recording to talk about Furlandia 2027, because we might actually have some things to say about that.
No, it'll be the episode after the next.
Oh, that's true. It will not be next episode.
It will not be next
episode.
It'll be the episode after the next episode.
So look forward to hearing our next episode after our next episode.
It will be on our season finale.
There we go.
Oh my god.
So all you furs out there, pay attention to our season finale, and you will probably hear something about Furlandia 2027.
So pay attention to every other episode we do.
Very, very well seasoned. Before we get to Taebyn, Cassidy, is there anything you'd like to plug and give you all your socials?
Oh, I actually kind of had a silly math question for you. It might blow your mind.
Oh my god.
There was a Survivor player a couple seasons ago who argued to his elimination that several means 7.
No.
No.
Okay, thank you. I mean, you're the math wizard, so I thought I'd ask
would
you.
to agree with everyone else here. I would say no.
I learned.
He said it's in the word.
I know. I learned.
I'm
I learned early as a child that I would ask for, if I asked for before bed, if I asked for milk and 2 cookies or a couple of cookies, I got 2. If I asked for milk and a few cookies, I got 3. If I asked for milk and several cookies, my mother would roll her eyes and say, "You're not getting more than 3."
Yep, no, that stands to reason.
Yep. So, what are your socials?
Yeah, I'm Cassidy the Civet, at Cassidy the Civet, pretty much everywhere from Instagram to TikTok. YouTube is just Cassidy Civet. I should come up no matter what, though. I'm hoping to increase my uploads this year, talk about some more fun fandom topics. I'm not going to be doing a ton of cons this year, so don't be looking out for me at those places, but I'll be online, and I'm easy to reach, and there should be lots of music coming your way. That's
And
about it.
you cut your fur, I saw.
Hmm?
I cut you. You
Oh,
cut
my
your
hair's
fur,
tied
saw.
up.
Yeah.
It's just a ponytail, Taebyn. It doesn't mean it's gone. It's peekaboo rules, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like mine.
No.
Yours, you don't have any.
Your
That's it,
ponytail
right.
is just
Watch
pulled
these.
really, really tight.
I do not
Right,
want
really
to see Cassidy like Rain's non-hair.
Non-hair.
Hey, he has hair. I can see the fur from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
It's lower hair, not upper hair.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay. Taebyn, what do we got to plug?
First, I want to say also, so I talked about a branch of math called knot theory, and also it turns out that there's a branch of math called sheaf theory, which is also pretty interesting and everything. I mean, look it up. It's I mean, it is. It's a really interesting branch of math. So all you first,
So
all right,
you've got
take it,
you've
look
got
at it, look at it.
knots and
I think you
sheets.
got-
Okay.
I think you got all half of our listeners excited about that, Taebyn.
Good. I can't wait. I'm turning. We're going to get more math first. That's exciting. That's very exciting. I don't think you can find too many knots or sheaves on my link tree, but I do have a link tree, which is linktr.ee/Taebyn. And if you don't go there, of course, I have an Instagram. I don't use it much, but it's Taebyn Pup. I have merch on my fourth wall. That's taebyn-shop.fourthwall.com. I have t-shirts, I have a mug, I have stickers, I have more things to come, more ideas that I want to put out there, so make sure to do that. I'll also, at least at Furlandia, well, if you're at Furlandia right now, we're selling some of my merch charity. I don't get any profits for that, so I'll make sure to get some of my Taebyn merch, and that way you're also helping out charity. But also, besides that, make sure to check out my YouTube, where you can see the Crispy Chicken Saga, lots of good math videos of various types, calculus, linear algebra, movie strips, Kleinbaudos, blah, 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 lots of fun things, more to come. There's a history of our podcast on there, in case you're wondering how we got started and how we got to where we are today. Cooking with Taebyn, learn how to make toast and cook an egg, for example. Product reviews, stormings, other fun, random stuff. Oh my cow! Make sure to subscribe and check them out. My next cons, in a way is Furlandia, which I'm currently at, if you're listening to this on the day this episode drops. But besides that, my other con this year will be Anthro Weekend Utah in July or August, doing my story time with Taebyn and Taebyn Sings Weird Al. I'll have some songs that I haven't done yet, so if you've seen Taebyn Sings Weird Al before, there will be some new stuff for you. Come join the fun. And new Taebyn chips. I actually also just did a new Taebyn chip design that I will be debuting at Furlandia, so come check them out. Other than that, that are my plugs for the week. Oh my cow!
Oh, sounds like the helicopter's here.
Get to the
It's a chopper. It's a chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
That was, I tried to just do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, and it did not go well. Do you want me to try again?
Sure, try again.
That's a chopper! Yeah! No, that didn't. I can't.
Wow.
No.
Well, that sound indicates that we are out of time here at BFFT.
That sound indicated so many things.
That's right. Listeners, we know you have a choice in podcasts, and we love that you choose to listen to ours. Remember, you can support the show on Buzzsprout or through Patreon for as little as $3 a month. If you become a supporter on Buzzsprout for $5 a month or more, you will receive early access to the podcast release, which you can listen to on Buzzsprout. Typically, this will be about a week before release. Every little bit helps keep the lights on. Or if you listen on YouTube, why not hit that subscribe button? You can send us an email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com, or finally you can hit that send us a fan mail on Buzzsprout, where you can send us a text message or a voicemail, and we promise to respond, as we can now. And why not join our BFFT listener Telegram chat? We be in the know and chat with the staff and other listeners. Thanks again to Cassidy Civet for being our first musical guest for the show.
Thank you, Cassidy.
Yay! It was a wonderful song.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
Make sure to check out the video, all you furs, too.
Absolutely. I'm going to check out the video as soon as we're done here.
I am, too.
All right. Rain, any parting thoughts?
Well, as always, be kind to yourselves and each other. Moobarkfluff, stay furry.
TikTok, how about you?
I am deep in the fluff at Furlandia.
Deep in the fluff. Chitaro, how about you?
Well, Moobarkfluff, and remember to make people laugh, because as Taebyn said earlier, laughter is the best thing because it calms you and centers you. So make sure you make people laugh. Pay it forward.
Ah, woo indeed.
Ah,
Ziggy,
woo.
how about you?
Love always wins. Keep faith, and shout out to the fried chicken ladies. Tasty chicken.
The fried chicken ladies. VI.
Yeah, we got a fried chicken lady in our neighborhood that makes amazing fried chicken.
Oh, so good.
All right. Cassidy, do you have anything you'd like to say to our listeners as a final parting shot?
Well, I guess I would encourage the listeners to submit y'all for that Good Furry Award. As someone who previously has won it, I would throw my full nomination support behind you guys, because the work you do here and making people smile and adding levity to the times we live in is invaluable, and I respect it greatly. So, Moobarkfluff to all the lovelies.
Thank you.
Moobarkfluff. Thank you, Cassie.
thank
That's so
you.
nice. Yay.
Thank you. To all the furs out there, Moobarkfluff and stay furry. Thanks to all the staff at the Injured Nerves Podcast Network. I say staff, it's me. Okay, Taebyn, please say your closing bits so we can get along with our furry lives.
Okay, well, hi, and also thank you all you furs for listening. Thank you, of course, for the BFFT staff. Thank you for Cassidy for coming on. All that good stuff. It's been a lot of fun. Every fur say yay if you've had fun.
Yay!
If you've had fun.
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone would do that. And if any of you furs at home to yourself said yay, then you are wonderful too. But of course, as I always say, we love doing this for you. We have a good time. We love just being here and part of the fandom and help people, as Cassie was saying, helping you smile, I hope. If you leave this podcast and you're not smiling, then you're probably doing it right. Anyway, but yes, no, thank you so much. We love that. We can't wait to bark at you next weekend, see you at a con and all that good stuff. So I guess with that, I'll just say, Moobarkfluff, stay furry, bark, bark.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerds studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Barely Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Barely and associate producer Rain Raccoon. Opening and closing theme was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Regday with Damian Tanuki. Other interstitial and background music is from Epidemic Sound. Podcast cover art provided by staff artist Buncubus. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com, or on our Telegram chat at BFFT chat, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at Buzzsprout or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. Be sure to check out our merch at bfft.dashery.com. Thanks for listening. We hope you return to listen again. Moobarkfluff everyone.